Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. We're now in our relationship segment and we want to talk about money, wealth, and relationships. With us here on the show, we have Victor Salamba, who's a relationship coach. Karibu sana to the show.
Thank you so much.
Now, of course, money is one of the three things that is said to make or break a relationship, right? And it also happens to be one of the biggest factors that a lot of couples fight over. And so we really want to touch on why is this, and how do couples sort of push this so that this is not what, breaks their relationship. Money. All right. So in the day and age that we live in, though, Victor, money is such a huge factor, even in people determining if they'll get into a relationship at all. A lot of people will say, oh, money can buy you everything. Can money buy you love?
Some would argue yes. I'd say no, but some would say yes. Because money doesn't make any relationship, but money can break any relationship.
Why is it that money can break a relationship?
It's what money means to all of us. Money is close to the heart to any single person. I don't think there's anyone who doesn't want to have money. So money is strange because the presence of it in a relationship can be a problem, and the absence of it can be a problem. It's one of the things that we have both ways. I have couples who say, when we had nothing, we were so happy. Then we got it, and
things just went a mess.
They also say, I can't survive with someone who doesn't have anything. So it's strange. Let me say that.
Let's talk about where these issues begin, and even if people didn't have money before and then now they have money, what do you think is the main factor? From the couples that I guess you've coached and walked with. Why is it that now greater abundance for the couple is now causing issue?
It's what also money means to all of us. The first thing that is the biggest issue in relationship is that defining what money is. Because what money means to me and what money means to my wife are two different things. Very different things. Because money always gives us the power to do. The power to do. And the power to do is based on who I am. So for a man, money means power. Money means respect. For a woman, money means security. End of story. So if at all you have no job and your husband buys you a shoe worth 10,000 bob, that's a loving husband. He has pocket security. If my wife buys me a shoe worth 10k when I don't have a job, I'll never wear that shoe. Until Jesus comes back, I won't wear that shoe.
Because you think it's a waste?
No, it's disrespectful.
Oh, because you're not the one who bought it?
Yes. So it's a...
No, because you're not the one who bought it, or because you're not the one who bought it because you don't have a job?
Because I don't have a job.
Interesting.
If I have a job, she buys me a shoe, that's okay. But because I'm broke, I'll say she's trying to flex that she can do. Because remember, to me, money means power. So she's showing me her power.
But now those are not you don't really have those discussions like when you're dating, like what does money mean to you? Or are you saying now we should be? I feel like you sort of discover those things, and obviously you talk about how you handle finances, but we never actually talk about like what money means to you in that sense. And so you sort of discover it along the way.
Actually, the biggest issue we have is that we deal with money superficially, and deal with money based on myths and themes, First of all, we assume that if at all we have a joint account, for example, that we are functioning. And from my research, I've realized that most couples that have joint accounts have a higher chance of secrets. People have secret bank accounts and secret things all over. You find that because from the very beginning, there are issues that are never brought to the table, which is, what does money mean to me? So why do we hide it? It's because I don't have a chance to express who I am. Because my way of dealing with cash, for example, I'm a guy who likes food. It doesn't have to do with my body size. It's just, I just love food. And when I have cash, the things I want to do the most is, if I have my friends, is to buy them food. At the office, I want to buy guys food. And that's how I express myself. I have money. Let's eat. I'm with my son. Let's go eat. And to my wife, that is wasteful. Like, why do you have to buy everyone food? Why are you buying everyone food? But the same thing, if she sends me to buy food, I come back with more than she asked for. Because that's how, to me, I express myself when I have cash. You see, now, how she expresses herself very differently. Now, when you come to the table, those two ideas always have to go to war.
So when people are courting, At what point should they start talking about finances?
The moment that both of you are sure you're going to the same place.
Okay.
We come to a place in a relationship where both of you kind of know. But here, the next step, either we are being engaged or we are coming home. There's something, a serious step showing that you're moving to the same place. That's when you ask the questions about money. Question 1, how much debt do you have?
That's a very
Yes.
very important question, because as I was teasing in the intro, you know, some people get married, alafu kwa honeymoon ndio naambiwa ati uko na deni ya sijui 3 million.
Yes.
Kuna kashamba mahali, sama pyramid scheme. Msiende kwa pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but this things, life happens and people find themselves in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah.
And
So
you've been quiet the whole time you've been dating.
you never ask.
But now because the two are one, you're also in debt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always ask, how much debt do you have? I always say, first of all, find out their liability. Before you ask about their assets, know their liabilities. So, then you have 3 million. My life target for debt was 500,000.
But does that mean you'd leave them then, or say now you're not moving to the next step, or at what? And that's important to say, because that's where I feel like a lot of guys will come and say, you know, she was with me from the beginning, she supported me all the way through. Or is it just is it a matter of saying, okay, if that's the level of debt you have and me, I don't need get for myself this much, this relationship can't go further, even though, you know, prior to this I loved you entirely? Or is it just the respect of telling the person and having them be aware of what the situation is?
You must understand that there are people who naturally fear poverty.
Okay.
They naturally fear poverty, and they'll do everything not to go by that direction. Not because they're bad people. They have a phobia. Something like that.
So even up until this point, though, they've been madly in love with this person.
And they would walk away. Because in their mind, there are things that they can work with. You see, in a relationship, there's what you call your home keys.
Yeah.
Right? And if you look at any keyboard across the world, no matter who made it, the home keys are the same. Now, those are non-negotiables. So everyone has got their own. To some people, it's, I just can't stand not having money. Yani, that one I can't. I can stand you coming home at 5 in the morning, but we have money. I can survive that way. But I just can't hack not having money. Yeah. So it's good to understand also who you're with.
Yeah.
That's why a guy would say, oh, she was a gold digger. But, you know, you never had gold to be done. So, kuja pole pole.
Oh, my. Okay, well, how do we deal with what you're saying, where in a day like today, very many women are empowered.
Yeah.
They have good jobs. They're, you know, taking the whole world, securing the bag, as we like to say. Sometimes out earning, you know, their spouses or their partners. But even there's cases where maybe someone has lost their job. A guy has lost their job and the wife or the, you know, girlfriend or someone is still providing. How then does one deal with money and wealth in that sort of relationship? When you're saying a lot of these things are also very inward sort of insecurities on the man's part.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not that the lady is trying to be overbearing or intimidating, but just the man's own insecurities. What are the things that we should be doing to be able to deal with those?
First things first, I go back again to dating. Understand the personality of the person that you are dating. Always discern the insecurities. Because in marriage, if you don't minister to the insecurities, that is a fault line. Always know the insecurities from when you're dating, because you see them. All of us have got. Your husband has got some, you have got some. If you don't know those insecurities, they're always the fault lines within the marriage. Yeah, which either cause that crack for you to break up or someone enters through. So always know the insecurities. So when you're dealing maybe with a man, and I see a man with his insecurities, and he's afraid that if my wife earns more, then wow, I can't even breathe. It is good to understand something. That first of all, he knew what he was getting himself into. Because for a man to call himself the head of the house, he must know the potential of his team members.
Okay.
And some team members are more gifted than you.
That's right. Actually, a smart CEO hires
Yes.
people who are smarter than him.
Yeah.
Or her.
So he must be willing to say, fine, I married a wife who it seems like she's the blessing carrier in this particular relationship. She's the one who, whatever she does, goes through. Because the women have tried to set up businesses for their husbands, and they
Yeah.
have set up.
Yeah.
And they're still setting up.
So where come Wanaume? Celebrate that, because at the end of she's working for the both of
Working
you.
for the both of you. The thing we normally forget is that we are the same team.
Right.
And that's why I say that it's not a must that a couple actually, and I say this, some people might hit the roof. It's not a must for a couple to have a joint account for their finances to work.
Right. I agree.
It's not a must. Because the key thing is that, do we have trust? Do I believe that you're for the team?
Yeah.
If I believe that you're for the team, then I'll tell you, fine, go and win.
Yeah.
That's okay. So if I'm getting married at this day and age, maybe, and you find that the person you're marrying has got land, has got houses, they're all set. You're coming to their lives, Yani, you're coming to add to space. But apart from that, everything else they have.
No.
When I'm meeting such a person, first of all, I think it's for the team.
Yeah.
If you're on the same team, I won't start telling my wife, turn that land, I want it in our names. No. I'll say that's okay. It's for the team. When you have kids, you have what? We are safe.
Yeah.
It's for the team.
Yeah.
The issue is that when I doubt we are for the team,
Right.
then we go to war.
Right.
Now, an insecure person will not think about the team. Will think about securing themselves.
Right.
So they begin by saying, yo gari yako kwa jina yangu. Yo shamba yako kwa jina yangu. When that begins, quickly you start putting blocks. Now you okay, now I am
But now
afraid.
you also, and even the person who is being told to put those, in their name, even you start wondering, hey, okay, Connie, now you're only here for the cash. And maybe that's where you also start being secretive.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're just like, okay, clearly this person is seemingly now interested in just the things that I have. But I feel like the truth is, even if you come into a relationship and maybe you're not bringing as much materially, relationships are so much more than just the material.
Yeah.
And so if you're working on everything else, supporting your partner, helping them feel, loved and respected and cared for in their home, I feel like that's a strong motivator for them to go out and work even harder for you to enjoy, the life that you're building together.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this, because I get this question a lot on this show, which is, oh, Suji, my boyfriend or my girlfriend, they are not giving me money, they're not taking me to the salon, they're not buying me gifts, they're not doing whatever. How is it supposed to be in relationships? And I guess this also depends on one's character and personality.
Yeah.
There are some people who are very independent and you're not like waiting around for someone to give you stuff. But there's others, they expect that as an expression of love and care. But when someone complains about, say, wajapewa pesa ya salon, and they're really wondering, does this person really love me or not? How do you navigate those type of conversations?
First things first, I'll go to dating, I'll enter into marriage.
Yeah.
I always say this about dating. In dating, always be willing to carry your own weight. Always be willing to carry your own weight. No matter who you are, carry your own weight. Because carrying my own weight kind of protects me a bit. Because remember, if you're dating someone who is higher than you, be it male or female higher than you, there's the first part where they suspect you. They are loving you, but suspecting you. Because they are not sure if you're in it because they have money,
Right.
or you're in it because of the So they're also suspecting you. They love you, but you're a suspect. And just live with it, balance with it. So carry your own weight. Secondly, also is that taking care of someone or grooming, I believe has its own genesis on how the relationship has been built also. Because also there are people who don't understand, some men who don't understand that, okay, it's good if maybe once in a while I give my wife money to go to the salon to take care of herself. Maybe I need to do that as an expression.
Yeah.
So, but don't also make it as a demand. Because if you make it as a demand, especially when you're dating, then this person begins to now say, suspect alert, this one is here for something else. So it's good to in dating, I believe in dating, carry your own weight. Do your own hair, do your own nails, do whatever you can do.
If they choose to bless you with it, great.
But show as much as possible that I can take care of myself.
Yeah.
I can take care of myself. That helps you.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like I need to emphasize that point to women, just as a sense of saying, so that even when you come into your relationship or into a marriage, like even your partner can trust, like your partner should feel proud of you being like a hard worker and being able to stand on your own, and that they know that you're not there because you're desperate, like you're there because there's something greater that the two of you are working towards. So, to all the young ladies, at least that would be the way I would sort of advise my friends and my daughters. And I like what you're saying. Carry your own weight, but also, guys, you spoil your babe. Like
so it depends. As I said, know who you're dating.
Yeah.
Know who you're dating. Know how they're wired.
Yeah.
That's very key. And also to the men who marry women who have more than they do. Pia kuwa mpole.
Okay. Yes. All right. Well, we're going to take a break right now, Victor. But when we come back, I have a lot of questions already coming in. Lots of you following this topic here on money, wealth, and relationships. You guys are already asking questions. We're going to get to them after the break, and you can continue sending more of them. 22999 is the SMS line. I'll see you shortly. Hey there, everybody. My name is Joyce Somonti Wahiga, and this is Full Circle with Joyce. Karibuni sana to the second hour of our show today. Certainly hope that you're well from wherever it is you're watching. Thank you to all of you who are engaging with me, sending in your feedback and your comments. I certainly do appreciate you. Please do keep them coming, especially as we're talking about money, wealth, and relationships. Now, my SMSs imeanza kuingia, and I can't wait to get to them, but 22999 is the SMS line. You can also reach me on social media at SwitchTVKE on Instagram, at SwitchTV Kenya on Facebook and Twitter, and please be sure to follow me along at Joyce Mundi across those platforms. Before we jump back into our discussion, though, let's take a look at our quote for the day. This one here, the author is unknown, but it says, "Dare to take chances, follow your dreams, risk it all, fall in love, believe in yourself, ask questions, let go, make mistakes, start over, speak the truth, take responsibility, find happiness, live for today." And certainly, I guess that will make for one adventurous life, right? Like you've tried out things, obviously within caution and within reason. But I think that's actually pretty sound advice. Sometimes you just kind of have to put yourself out there, try something new. You just never know what you learn or what you discover, who you meet. Huh? Wink, wink. But as we talk about winking in relationships, let's get back to our guest. With us here, we have Victor Salamba, who, of course, is a relationship coach. Karibu tena to the show.
Thank you.
And he's been taking us through the topic of money, wealth, and relationships. And very interesting discussions we've had so far. He's already highlighted a lot of things for us. And there's some questions that have come in, Victor, that I want us to focus on right now. Someone here says, "When I was young, I used to say that when I get married, I'll have a secret house and a secret bank account so that in case I disagree with my spouse, I can just leave." And they say, I think this was an effect of how I was brought up. And I would agree, because there's that generation of moms that were for sijui mwanamke ni kuvumilia, ndoa ni kuvumilia. After I have done some growing up, she says, I have realized that honesty is key in relationships and that my idea when I was young could only mean that I was anticipating for a breakup.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And she continues to say, I have told myself that even if I am a CEO and I am married, I will still respect my husband and submit to him, whether we are on the same level or not. Shout out to you, girl. You didn't leave me your name or where you're watching from, but honestly, that sounds like a good woman right there.
Yeah. The only thing now we pray that she marries the right man.
Yes, please don't rush into a relationship. Don't have anybody's pressure.
Yeah.
Take your time, do it right.
Yeah, because this other fault that happens also is that the men who marries women like those and quickly they begin to go to war with them.
Yeah.
Not understanding that I entered into a system that was functioning, entered to a life of someone who was doing well before I came in, and it's my business to ensure that her life gets better.
Victor, I love that you're saying that and you're a man saying that, because I feel like it is very important for other men to tell fellow men that part of being a good man is recognizing a good woman, and as much as she's also helping you, you also have a role in allowing her to be all that she can be.
Yeah. Because I can say this for a fact, is that even when a woman marries a man who has less than she has, she already has in her mind a particular mindset. She knows, I know he doesn't have it. I'm not marrying him for money.
Exactly.
I'm marrying him because I'm seeing value.
Right. She's not blind. She knows what she's doing.
And quickly the guy begins to think that now I need to start fighting with her. And quickly men begin to have now bad manners. He's taking her car, he's carrying other women in her car, he's doing these things, trying to fight someone who's never fighting him in the first place. Because she took him when he had nothing.
Mejituma tu na vita.
Yes, that is bad manners. There's no other word for it. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Valerie from Chagoria says, money, wealth, and relationships is an interesting topic. For me, both money and wealth is important in a relationship because most men of today just like having free things from ladies. And she says she's talking from experience. Yeah.
I'm concerned who you have been dating. Because, but it is true also, and it's something that is also a bit worrying in its own right also. We are having a generation of men who are coming up who are also not trying to get out there and work, not trying to provide for their families, not trying to, they're trying to sit and also ride on the fact that, it's different if you're working hard and your wife is getting more. That is different than from coming with the mindset, I'm going to marry a woman who's rich. She's my ticket out of poverty. That is bad manners.
Yeah.
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 And I think, and that's where some men now are also failing also. And a woman like that was experienced that now she's affected in her next relationship.
That's true.
Because now she'll hide and hold. She won't release it, yeah.
What a blessed Tuesday. I really like this topic, especially in this generation we're living in, says one person. Another says, good morning, Joyce. I've been waiting for you to talk about this topic. I'm Jason from Utawala. And he says, my girlfriend comes from a well-off family and most of her girlfriends too. I don't have much already, but I'm making plans. She loves me, but whenever we visit her family or friends, I see people looking at me. The father once said I might be the greatest mistake she made. How mean. Victor, why are you laughing? It's
I want
me.
to give that man some advice.
We haven't married and these in-laws are already making things worse. She's always supportive of me, but her family and friends make things look bad for her. That's so unfortunate.
Yes, I'm laughing nicely. It's just a bad laugh. I have advice for this man.
Okay.
When you're marrying up as a man, when you're marrying up, to any man out there who's listening to me, you're marrying up, start from this perspective. You're a suspect. Appreciate you're a suspect. And only time will redeem you.
Wow.
Don't start trying to become friends with the in-laws tomorrow. This man has invested in his daughter for a long time.
Yeah.
He has built a life for her. He has an expectation for her. So as a father, his instinct is to protect her. And he's thinking you're coming for his wealth. That's his mindset. You're coming for his wealth. So immediately, when such a mindset is there, work with it. No, I am a suspect. I know my heart. I love this lady. I'm not in it for the money. But let me allow time to answer. I know people who have been in that situation. It took them 7 years.
Wow.
7 years is when now your father-in-law, mother-in-law will call you and say, okay, come, let's have a chat. Because they have seen you're not a criminal. But for now, you're a suspect. And live with it. As long as she's okay with it,
yeah,
and she's supporting you, she's for you, that's enough.
Wow.
Run with it. For now, that's the only form of validation you need. She's for you the way you are. Don't try get into debt. Don't try get into loans or anything. There are two things the father will judge you on. The dad will judge you on, does his daughter cry? If she's not crying, you are safe. You've passed the first hurdle. Secondly, are you asking him for money? If you're not asking him for money, you will survive. Thirdly, do you have a plan? Nothing is worse than a broke man than a man who's broke without a plan. You must have a plan. A plan is answered with time.
Okay.
So my friend, only time will answer you.
But you're blessed to have a good woman too that still loves him.
Yeah, she's seen beyond it,
Yeah, and she's seeing the value beyond it, absolutely.
So just take time. Anyone who's marrying up, you're a suspect.
Hiyo sasa ni kunyenyekea, put your ego aside. Yeah.
Ukitokelezea functions, usianze kujikaza hapo, you want to give speeches. Sit. Wait for your day.
Sasa speech imetokea wapi? Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey Joyce, following keenly on the topic of money, wealth and relationships, God bless you. Another says, I'm Hilda from Lever. I think money is needed for both spouses. Pia mimi kasi na pesa, then it can't work. Okay. Wow. Continue sending in your feedback to 22999. Hey Joyce, I married my husband akiwa na house stuff, that is seats, wall units, kila kitu. After some time he sold them all. Nikiuliza anasema hakuna kitu changu hapo. Watu wengine wanatoka wapi?
You to hash rent straight into the lights.
Wow. Good morning, Joyce. I had a totally different experience when my hubby and I were dating. He did not have anything and I was working. I supported him and now we are married. He spoils me. I'll say it's an investment, says Edna from Lucky Summer.
Good. She got a guy who understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what you pray for them the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And she was the one supporting them before they were married. Yeah. So I guess how a guy responds to that support is very critical.
It's very critical.
If you're not trying to be manipulative and just, take her for what she's worth, that's a good thing. But also that your ego and, you've really managed to deal with your own insecurities would be another telling sign for a lady, is what you're saying.
Yeah, because if he's insecure, no matter how much you invest in him, he'll always read everything you do maliciously. Yeah.
Okay. Hey Joyce, I'm married and my husband never gives me money for salon. I feel bad because when any of his siblings ask for money, he sends them. Last time he sent his mother 24K. But when I ask him to give me salon money, he says he doesn't have... Okay, 24K. Salon, surely. So that's like 2K.
We go back to what was the discussion about money from the very beginning. You see, people also expect that money sorts itself out. What's the money discussion from the very beginning? When you're dating, what's the money discussion? What are your expectations about finances? If there's never a set way of working,
no, Victor. But even with discussion in the beginning, surely you're married. Shouldn't your spouse be above your family?
Well, it actually depends if you are defining it as marriage. See, there's a possibility to CPSC marriage.
Okay, then. Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. So there's a conversation that needs to be had.
Because remember also, Joyce, you can do business with someone that you don't trust.
Yeah.
So when it comes to finances in marriage, I always begin from places. Does the spouse have any communication? Do they have any form of intimacy? Are they friends? How do they view each other? Do they have passwords on their phones? These small things determine things about money, because money is close to the heart. If my phone has a password that my wife can't access, of course she will not know how much money I have. Of course I can be able to give my mom money and bypass my wife. The first thing to look at is the marriage functioning. When it functions, then we can discuss money.
Hey.
So find the functioning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone here says, hey Joyce, loving the show. I got a question. What does it mean when a boyfriend asks for money from his girlfriend from time to time, yet he knows she's still looking for a job and the girl doesn't ask him for any money?
I was passing through town the other day, and there's some very good shops that have running shoes.
You can't make me laugh like that on it. And that is spoiled.
No, to Viatu, and she runs. She buys good shoes and runs.
Ineos challenge 159.
Yes, Akimbi, and she runs, and when she stops running, she starts running again. Run.
Aki Victor is for. Oh Lord. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's a no-no.
Run. Aki ran last week. Run and keep running.
Is it because he's asking her for money, or because he's asking her for money when she doesn't have a job, or because he's asking her for money when she doesn't have a job and he's not giving her anything?
That is the point. Run. That is just run. The small money you have to give him, in Gia town, buy shoes. Kimbia. Now Kimbia no hiwa mama.
Wow. Okay, let me just read some SMSs as we go on break. Hey Joyce, I fell in love with a guy who had no money, no job, but the guy was, I guess, so mean until when you asked him for airtime or money, after giving you the money, he could tell you that he has no more money, and that was the only money he had. Okay, I'm not sure I fully understood that message there, but thank you. Good morning, Joyce. When I met my husband, he didn't have a job, and I used to earn nicely. I used to buy him everything from his boxes to shoes, and no one at my home knew about it. Go, girl. Right now, I'm not working, and he's treating me like a queen. He's got a good job, and he's so proud of me, and I'm proud of him. He says he has to repay me. I'm so happy. That's Rashida. There's something about honoring a man when he's down that he will... You automatically become his queen, right? And he will absolutely lift you. But man, unfortunately we don't have time to finish up all of these SMSs. Many people are asking Hati, why are most rich women divorced and inhuman? That's Nyakado from Utawala. Oh my, Victor, maybe you can give us a final sort of comment as far as money, wealth, and relationships.
Yeah, first of all, that's a blanket statement. You can say most rich women are divorced. I don't think that is accurate, and inhuman also.
Yeah,
that's not accurate. The thing with money is that the money is close to the heart.
Yeah,
you only talk about money with someone that you trust. So you must first of all establish trust.
Okay.
When you establish trust, then you can talk about money.
Okay.
If there's no trust, you'll always fight about money.
Wow.
Then secondly, there is no good way to deal with money. Everyone is an expert.
Yeah.
So bring everything to the table.
Right.
Yeah.
Learn and grow together.
Yeah.
Victor, thank you very much for coming on to the show today. How can people find you?
Yes, I'm on Facebook, Victor Salamba on Facebook, Victor Salamba on Instagram, and my number is 0748 330 300. I'm still open. I'm still seeing people.
Great.
Yes.
Great. I think a lot of people do still need help even in this season. Maybe they'll buy the running shoes and come in your direction.
And run my direction.
All right, guys, we need to take a break now. Coming up next, we're going to shift gears and talk about mask fashion. Hopefully you can still stay trendy even in this season. And of course, Dennis will be joining us a bit later on in the show as well. Stay tuned. This is Full Circle with Joyce.